Hey, Eric here, and today I want to talk to you about how to track your leads and follow ups in order to be organized and to be successful in this business. Now, it's so funny because a lot of you guys know that I've kind of literally written the book on how to be organized, how to track. We created this amazing software called Teamzy. Some of you guys use that and it makes it easy. But it's so important that you guys understand that if you want to be successful and organized, you've got to track. Okay. And you need two things. You need an easy way to track, and you also need a system to follow. Now, I have people all the time that tell me things like, Eric, I've been so busy in my business this week. It's been great. I've been connecting with people. I've been, sharing the business with people. I've been doing all these great things. I've just been too busy to track it all. But good things are happening. And I hear this so much, you guys. And this is a symptom of a business that's going to go through some difficulty. When you are busy, too busy to track, is when you are too busy to be a pro. This is so important because if you're no longer tracking your business, it is about to come unhinged. It's about to come apart at the seams. Okay, so there's a few things that just to kind of understand about this. What happens when you're not tracking is that you not only do you feel disorganized, but there's no way for you to know when you're supposed to connect next. There's no way for you to know when you're going to connect next, which means you're probably going to mess this up and drop people through the cracks. People will fall through the cracks if you don't know when you're supposed to connect next. The next thing on this is when you tell somebody you're going to follow up and you don't, you've completely wiped out all the trust you built with that person. All the work, all of the investment, it's now gone because you didn't do what you said you would do because you weren't tracking and scheduling those follow-ups. Does this make sense? It's so important. But tracking is not enough. You got to have a system to follow, because without a system to follow, you could just be really busy tracking things but not have any idea if you're doing the right things. Right? You need a system that knows, so you know what priority, what actions you're prioritizing, so that you know that you're always taking the priority action in order when it's due. Does this make sense? And so this is so important. So let's talk about real quick about what you need to be tracking. There are three things that are crucial to tracking. And those of you guys who have read my book or have used Teamzy, you know that it's all centers around these three things. Number one is connects, right? And some of you may call these reach outs. I like to call them connects. You're just reaching out and connecting with people. You need to be tracking this. This business is built on true, authentic relationships, right? And there's only one way to develop a true, authentic relationship. That's by investing time and connecting with somebody personally. Investing some time and connecting with somebody personally. It's the only way to deepen a relationship. And so the most important thing you can be doing in your business is reaching out and connecting with people, investing in relationships. Making people's day is the best place to start. That's my mindset, make someone's day mindset. Just reaching out to make people's day, not to sell them or try to recruit them, just to make their day. Invest in relationships, reaching out and connecting. So that's the first thing you need to be tracking. How many people am I reaching out to on a daily basis and connecting with? Okay, and who did I do it with today, and when did I do it? Why is this so important? Because your system will tell you how often to connect with people. Your system will tell you how often to connect with people so that you can build a relationship organically without being a pest, without being a weirdo, without being a stalker, right? And so those of you guys who know my system, know the Teamzy system, it's your best relationships we reach out to once a month. Your warm relationships we reach out to every 2 months. Your kind of don't know which way they go relationships, most of the people you know, are every 3 months. And then the people that are, then you've got a group of people that are a bit colder and you reach out to every 4 months. But how do you know it's been a month? How do you know if it's been 2 months? How do you know if it's been 3 months? See, what you guys will find, and probably this happened to all of you, this used to happen to me, is if you're just going, who do I connect with today? And you're going through Messenger, you're going through your text app, trying to figure out who to connect with. You'll suddenly realize that somebody you really care about, it's been 6 months. Oh my gosh, how did that happen? Time flies. Or you had somebody who was interested. You forgot about them. You found out they've joined somebody else. They went and did business with somebody else. Why? Because you forgot, because you let them fall through the cracks. They were interested. You weren't following up. They had to find help somewhere else. This happens all the time, right? So you need a system for your connects and reach outs. Who you're connecting with today, and when will you connect again? You need a system to track it in so you know when to do it next. The next piece that you want to track are shares, right? So I know a lot of you are in the network marketing industry watching this video. So you're sharing your business. You're sharing your products with somebody. You need to track that. There's a big difference between me connecting with you and finding out how your holiday weekend was, what's going on with your kids, and having a conversation where I have an opportunity to share what I'm doing with you or share a product solution that might help you. Those are important because this is the only metric that matters that builds your business. You need to track when you're sharing. It's great to connect with lots of people and build relationships. But if you're not sharing your business and sharing a product solution with people, then you're not going to move the business forward. So we need to be able to track when you've done a share with somebody. You need to know that you've shared with that person, right? So that's this next thing to track is shares. And the third metric you want to be tracking is your follow-ups. And typically, I would say follow-ups are after a share. In most cases, the follow-up should be after a share. So you stay in touch with people, reaching out and connecting on a regular basis based on the system, right? But you put people on a follow-ups list when you've shared, when they've shown some interest and you've now shared something with them. And this is the most crucial part, because all of this investment and this love and this care that you've shown over time to get somebody to this point, now you need to follow up like a pro. You cannot afford to screw this up. You need to say, hey, I'm going to follow up tomorrow, and you need to follow up tomorrow. When you follow up when you say you will, you've now put a deposit in the trust account. When you fail to, you've made a withdrawal. This is where you show people how professional you are. I will stay in touch. I will follow up. I will answer your questions. I will be here to serve you, right? So you need to have a follow-up list that you're tracking. If you're just like, hey, I had a great day. I followed up with 100 people today. Great. When are you going to follow up next? You didn't track it because you were too busy. You just messed up. This is what I want you guys to understand because I love you. I'm happy that you're busy. I'm happy that you got in and used Teamzy and you just blew up your business in a month or two. You're like, I cannot believe how many conversations I'm having. My hair's on fire, busy trying to keep up with all these conversations. I'm happy. That was the goal. I'm happy for you. But if you drop the ball on tracking now, you are dropping the ball on those people. Those are human beings who need your help. And if you are not following up, if you are not tracking the next date of contact with them, I guarantee you, none of us are that good. No human being is that good. That's why we need this system. Okay, a simple system to follow and an easy way to track, because if it's not easy, you're not going to do it, let's be honest. But you can't say I'm too busy to track. That's insane. That's crazy. That's like if you went to I'm thinking of a business that cranks. I'm in California. We have In-N-Out Burger. Have you ever, anybody who's ever eaten an In-N-Out Burger, have you ever not had to wait in line or in the drive-thru to get in and out? No, it's always busy. Can you imagine if they're like, we're too busy today to actually track inventory, we're too busy today to see, to print receipts on the credit cards. We're too busy today. Just, throw your money in a box and we'll throw hamburgers out the window. That's kind of how you guys are running your business. A true professional always follows a system and always tracks. Okay, always follows the system and always tracks. Now, couple of pro tips on how to do this. Obviously, if you're using Teamzy, you've got the easy way to track and you've got the system. But that's still an impediment to a lot of you who are saying, I'm too busy to get into my Teamzy today. So rather than just letting the world run you, let Teamzy lead you. Okay, so when it comes to proactive reaching out and connecting with people, Teamzy is going to tell you who's up next based on their dates. So go in there once a day and do a power hour. And, if your goal is to connect with 10 people, connect with the next 10 people on their Teamzy list. That way it keeps it cycled for you, okay? If you're having a lot of great conversations and sharing, pull out your phone and log it in Teamzy. It literally takes a second. You're lying to yourself if you say it takes too much time. It literally takes a second. What is the cost to your business if you lose that person? Is it worth the 10 seconds it would take to log that share? Yeah, and get them on that follow-ups list. Check that follow-ups list every day. It's not that big a deal. Look, if you need to do it in the restroom because you're too busy and you're like, fine, take it in the restroom. I know you all go there at least once a day. Pull up your follow-ups list. Who do I need to follow up with today? You'll know exactly who, exactly when. People will be so amazed by how professional you are. And this is because, why? Because you have a system and you track. I cannot reiterate this enough. Drucker said, I don't know how many years ago, 30, 40 years ago, that which cannot be measured cannot be improved. You need to track so you know what you're doing in your business. You need to track so that you know you're doing the right things in your business. You need to track so that you're consistently in touch with people. You need to track so that people don't fall through the cracks. You need to track so that you keep your word and your integrity in your business. It's so important, you guys. So log into your, look, if you've never used Teamzy and you're seeing this video in a random way, Teamzy.com, Teamzy.com. It's a super easy tracking system, CRM, built for small business people. Get in there and try it out. It's free for 30 days. Get in there and try it out. It's so easy. But I want to encourage you guys that you need to do this. If you're watching this video and I'm preaching to the choir, but you know somebody in your team who's been giving you the same excuse that I'm doing so well, I'm reaching out to so many people, I'm just not getting it into Teamzy, or I'm just not tracking it, please share this video with them. Because what I don't want to happen to them is what they're on a road to, which is 60, 90 days from now, nothing but crickets in their business. It's so crucial. You guys have a business. You need to act like pros. This makes it easy. You get to love on people and do it in a professional way. I hope this was helpful to you guys. God bless you. We'll talk to you soon.